Hello everybody, it's DTK Productions and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be simulating with this 40 overall player until he goes on to win an MVP. How we're going to do that is every time he scores 1 point, he will get 1 attribute upgrade. So his 3 right now is a 25, he scores 1, I can upgrade that to a 26. And another thing I can do, right now he's got 50 shot tendency and 50 touch tendency. If I wanted to, I could go through and use my attribute points that I earned from him scoring points and upgrade his shooting tendency, so he'll start scoring more, so we'll get more attribute points. And then one more thing I could do, I could also upgrade his potential, so that way in future seasons he'll go up without me having to spend my attribute points in certain places. So say his 3-point shot goes up like 5 in the off season, those are 5 points that don't count towards me that I didn't have to spend. I've been seeing a lot of people do videos like this. Just last night, I watched a Mighty Goat video where he did this for the MLB. Every single hit they got, he got an attribute. And as you guys are probably more familiar with, King of the Fourth Quarter, he did one with Ben Simmons, but every time he hit a 3, he got 1 attribute upgrade. So I'm kind of using those ideas here, and our player is going to be Derek Jackson. He's just an auto-generated guy where I lowered his overall and his tendencies. So we need points right away. We need to get a lot of points really fast so we can get this guy upgraded. Right now, we're going to have him running 48 minutes a game. Year 1 is not going to be the year he goes on to win MVP. He's probably going to be horrible in year number 1. But all I need is for him to score just a little bit so we can start upgrading his tendencies, his potential, and his attributes. I'm probably going to start with his touch and shooting tendency just so we can get him to shoot the ball more and more and more. Because with more shots, even if they're bad shots, they're going to eventually go. And then I think I'm going to upgrade his shooting just a little bit so he can start getting the points more often. And then we're probably going to attack potential. So we've got a lot of simulation left to go. We're going to start game 1. We're going to go through this probably week by week in the future, but at the start we're just gonna go game by game just so you guys can get a feel. Like game 1, he is right here, he scored 6 points, so that's 6 points already that we could go through and change for him. So if we go down to him, we can quick edit and go to, I'm probably gonna do tendencies first. So his shot tendency, I'm gonna upgrade that to a 56, so now he's got a 56 shot tendency, so he should be shooting the ball even more. So from now on, we're gonna kind of be going like week by week. I'll be tallying up his points, calculating them, and then every time I do an upgrade at the start, at least, I'll let you guys know. So here we are a few weeks into the season. Right now I have him at 26 points since his first 6-point game. And coming off his most recent game, games like this, 0 points. So these are the games that are going to hurt us in the long run, but only 5 shots, that's not going to cut it. But we've got 26 attribute points that we can put towards him right now. And I think I'm going to put them all back into his shot tendency just so we can continue to see him grow, just shooting as much as he can. And just like that, we've got him up to an 82 shot tendency. We should see even more scoring as we go on. I'm going to simulate the next 2 weeks, tally up what we've got from that. Hopefully it's more than 26, and we're going to see if we can max out our shot tendency and maybe start upgrading our touches tendency so we can really start seeing an increase. And I think we're going to go to shooting after that so we can start seeing some points go up on the board. So 2 more weeks have passed, and right now he's been on kind of a roll. He's been scoring just about 10 points a game recently. He's got 56 attribute points from his most recent week, and I'm going to put him right into his shooting and touch tendencies. I truly believe he's going to score more the more he shoots the ball because it's just common sense. So after those points that we could spend, I put them all into shooting tendency and touch tendency. So now we've got 100 shot tendency and 88 touch tendency. And you got to remember, we're dealing with Luka Doncic, and he's going to be a tough one to top. And Victor's coming into the league next season, and he's gonna skyrocket in overall. So we're really going to have to start stepping it up if we want to get to the level of those guys. And we're another 2 weeks in. He's got 70 more attribute points that I can put into him, and he's coming off of a really bad stretch. He's got a lot of points in the stretch because he's been shooting the ball a lot. He's shooting 18% so far this season, and he's only shooting 8% from 3. And 18% from the free throw line. So we've got a lot of improvements we've still got to make if we want to give this guy a shot. So 70 attribute points though, I'll show you what I spend them on. So I upgraded his touch tendency all the way up to 100, so now he's got 100 shot and 100 touch. I'm done doing his tendencies. Layup, however, he's got 83 layup now, so we should see some spike in scoring for him if he can get into the paint and get his buckets that way. So I think I'm going to start doing every 3 weeks. I'll meet up with you guys and we'll do our attribute upgrades upgrades from there. So after another 3 weeks, we've got another 108 points to spend. In the course of those 3 weeks, he had a couple 20-point games, a couple 21-point games, so he's starting to earn attributes at a much faster pace, which is what you like to see. So after those attribute points are spent, now we've got a max layup, we've got a max mid-range shot, and we've got a 43 three-point shot. Also, he's jumped up 5 overall since we've started this. It's just the beginning, so let's sim another 3 weeks and see what we can get for our points. So after another 3 weeks, we've got 153 points to spend. I'm gonna put 74 of them into our stamina because he's still shooting poorly, and I have to believe it's because he's too tired from running around and he can't actually do anything. So that's 74 of our points, which still leaves us 79. So I'm gonna change it up again. I'm also gonna give him 74 into his speed so we can have him max speed. I'm not quite sure how much this actually matters in simulation. I do think 99 speed is gonna be helpful for him as a player. And the rest, the last 5 points, we're just gonna throw onto his 3-point shot, which bumps him up to a 48 overall. 3 more weeks into the season. Right now, we're almost to the All-Star break. This team is 9-41, so playoff hopes are completely dead, and MVP chances, those were dead before the season even started. We've got another 185 attribute points to spend, and I'm noticing our guy is starting to get a little bit better here and there with a couple 26 overall attributes, which I have not changed. So he is starting to progress a little bit, which is why I'm going to do this. Right now, he's gone up to a 48 overall, so his potential has gone up with it to a 48 overall. I'm going to max out his potential. So that's going to cost us 51 of our points, which leaves us with 134. Now we've got 99 potential, so he's going to start growing by himself without me having to spend my attribute points to get him there. And with those other 134 attribute points, we're going to spend another 51 on our 3-point shot to get him to a 99-3. And that puts us at a 53 overall, and the rest I'm just going to throw into close shots. Now, I'm not sure how much this attribute matters, offensive consistency, but I'm going to test it out. I'm going to put 9 of our attribute points, because that's all we have left, so it's not like it really matters anyway, into our offensive consistency, and see what he can do with that. See if he can be more consistent, because he's still super streaky. And this might just be the start of what I wanted to see. Right here, Derek Jackson, 47 points in a single game. That's 47 attributes. That's almost giving him a maxed attribute just from this game. We're starting to see some crazy improvements, but then he goes next game and only puts up 12. And in just this short amount of time before the All-Star break, he's given us 282 attribute points to work from. He had multiple 40-plus point games in that span. So before I go on to spend those points, we're just going to look. I'm probably going to put him into his rebounding, because if he can start rebounding, getting those attributes up, we'll just see some improvements in stats like all around, and actually free throw. I think I'm going to put the first part into free throw, which is 73. So we've got 209 left. I'm going to go to his rebounding and probably max out his rebounding so he can just get those stats, which is going to be 74 for both of them, which is going to leave us after that with 61 points if we max out his rebounds. And I'm going to throw the rest of his points into offensive consistency, so we'll be at 96 for that. We're looking pretty good. We're looking at around a 60 overall, even though we're playing like a little bit above a 60 overall, if I'm being honest. And we're done with the 3 weeks, and this is the last game in that 3-week span, and I feel like I need to show you guys this. He put up 65, 15, and 5 in this game. We ended up after those 3 weeks with 302 attribute points, but this is the version of this guy that we need to see. And along with that, we're also winning games. In our last 3 weeks, we lost 2 games total. Now, clearly we're not gonna win MVP or anything or go to the playoffs at all in this first season, but it's nice to see this steep improvement that we've gotten. So with 302 points to spend, I'm realizing offensive consistency was definitely a good attribute to upgrade, so we're gonna upgrade that as many times as it lets me. It should be 3. Yep, so we lose 3 attribute points for that, leaving us with 299. So we've still got a lot, and I think I'm gonna upgrade his perimeter defense, so it's gonna be 73 to get that fully upgraded. And that leaves us with 226, and then we're gonna go to lateral quickness, and for that we need 74 of our points to get that up to a 99 overall. And then for acceleration, I'm just gonna throw 50 points into that, which it's gonna cost us 50, which is gonna get us up to a 75 for acceleration. I think we're gonna do his passing for that. That's at a 26 right now, so to get that maxed out, we need that to be 73 points. So we've got 29 points left over. I'm gonna throw those all into, I think I'm gonna do ball handling before we get to speed with ball. So now after those attribute upgrades, he's a 71 91 overall. He's no longer the worst player on the team, and we're just going to go another 3 weeks. So going into the final week of this season, we've got 352 attribute points to spend for him. He was going crazy in this last 3 weeks. He had multiple games where he put up 40 plus, like in this one, 37 and 17. So he's actually starting to put up these MVP numbers that we need to see from him. He's turned his season upside down. He's probably going to be averaging 20 by the end of it. At the All-Star break, he had 1 total rebound, and he's found a way to average 3.2 a game since then. But we're seeing some crazy good improvements along with his 1,540 total attribute points he's earned for us this season. We've got 352 attribute points to spend. His ball handling right now is a 55, so it's going to cost us 44 to get that maxed out, and I think I'm just going to splurge and do that. Next up, I think I'm going to upgrade either his vision, his pass vision, and his pass IQ. I might do both. So 27 to get that to a 99 is going to cost us 72 attribute points, which puts us at 236 right now, and I think I'm going to use the other bit, the 71 extra attribute points, to get us a 99 pass vision. So we've got 165 attribute points remaining. I'm going to throw 73 of that into our steal, which will get us up to a 99 steal. And to get him to the 99 acceleration, it's only going to cost us 24 attribute points. So we're going to do that, get him up to a 99 acceleration as well. And we're going to throw the rest of our attribute points to get him up to a 95 defensive consistency so we can see some good defensive play for him for the rest of the season. And with that all said and done, we've got him up to an 80 overall. He's the 3rd best player on the team, and he started this season as a 40 overall. So we've got 1 more week of the season to sim. We're going to simulate through that, and I'll tabulate those points as well. And we're going to see if he wins any awards, actually, because he might actually have a shot at winning Rookie of the Year after he turned his season around at the end there. Luka wins MVP, and those are numbers that our guy can definitely combat with. He cannot win Rookie of the Year. Paolo will go on to win that. Cole Anthony, 6th man. DPOY is Giannis, and Cade Cunningham is your most improved, with Billy Donovan being your Coach of the Year. Now, obviously, our guy didn't make any of these teams, but did he make an all-rookie team? Yes, he did. He was all-rookie first team. Derek Jackson, his end-of-season stats, he put up over 20, 3.6 rebounds per game, and 4.5 assists, shooting almost 40%. Obviously, this team did not make the playoffs, so we're just going to simulate this just really quick so we don't have to worry about it. And in the finals, you got the Pelicans versus the Cavaliers, and the Pelicans will go on to win 4-1, and Brandon Ingram is actually your finals MVP, not Zion. And for player progression, we're going to see all the attribute upgrades we did throughout the season also tacked onto this. So he didn't actually go up from all this like just in one period of time, but we are seeing he went up 2 overalls without us having to mess with it. So now coming into year number 2, an 82 overall is Derek Jackson. We're going to do 5 weeks at a time now. He's going to be putting up his numbers regardless. So after the first 16 games, he's got 453 points that we can use for our attribute upgrades. So 453 points to upgrade our guy. I'm not quite sure where to go with it right now, but I am going to do one thing. I do want to see him have the highest overall possible, so I'm just going to give him intangibles. 74 overall points, probably wasted because I don't know what this tab does, but I know it increases your overall a lot. Just from that, we got him up to a 87 overall, so now he's just a stud already, and we've got 379 points still to spend. So it's only going to cost us 3 points to max out our defensive consistency, so I'm going to do that, and now we've got 376 points remaining. Draw foul is probably the next thing I'm going to upgrade. It's going to cost us 74, the max, to get to a 99 on that. We've now got 302 overall points left, and he's a 91 overall. So his speed with ball right now, it's at a 69. So to get it up to a 99, we're going to need 30. So we're just going to throw our 30 attribute points into that. We've got 272 left to spend. And his shot IQ, that's at a 27. We're going to throw 72 points into that and jump that up to a 99, which puts us at 200 attribute points total remaining. And his pass perception, which is also at a 27, we're going to throw 72 points into that, puts him up to a 99 pass perception, leaves us with 128 points to spend. His hands at a 25, we're going to throw 74 attribute points in it, jump it up to a 99, we've got 54 left. And actually, I'm just going to throw it all into dunk from a 25 up to a 79 overall dunk with the points we have remaining. Puts him at a 94 overall, and last year we were just a measly 40. So we're seeing some crazy good improvements going on from here. And another 5 weeks are in the books, and we've got 591 attribute points to spend for our guy. He had a really good stretch of the season, and if we go to season awards, we'll see he's still not really competing with Luka Doncic right now. So hopefully next year is the year where Derek Jackson can go on to win MVP, because this year seems to just be an attribute upgrade year again. So he's got a 79 dunk. We're going to throw 20 attribute points into that, 74 points into interior defense, 74 points into block, 71 points into help defense IQ, 74 points into strength, another 74 into vertical, another 74 into hustle. I'm going to also throw another 74 into standing dunk, and that leaves us with just 56 points, but only 3 attributes not fully maxed out. We're going to throw it all into post fade just for now, and then probably at the end of the 5 weeks, we're just going to finish out the upgrades because we won't have anything else to do. So his post fade is going to jump up to an 81 overall, and right now, after all these upgrades are said and done, we are a 97 overall. And then if we're a 99 overall, everything's maxed out and we can't seem to do much from that point on, I might throw some more of our points into some tendencies like 3-point, get him to start shooting threes at a ridiculous rate so we can score a lot more points in a short amount of time. I'm also going to make it so I can lower his foul tendencies, but that is also going to cost me points to do, so he fouls less. And then I'm going to make a little bit of a change to our rules as well. If I want to give him a badge or a badge upgrade from like silver to gold, that is going to cost me 100 attribute points if I want to get him a badge at all. That way throughout the seasons we'll still have something to do. We'll still have something to upgrade. The points aren't just going to be meaningless from that point on, so we can get as many Hall of Fame badges as we possibly can until he eventually goes on to win MVP. Another 5 weeks in the books and 626 points added to our wallet. So we've got just a little bit left to upgrade, so we're just going to throw them all in because we know we've got enough. It's going to cost us 18 to get post fade up to a 99, 74 to get our post hook up to a 99, and 73 to get our post control up to a 99. So we now are a 98 overall despite having all maxed out 99 overall stats. I'm not sure why it's like that. After all the attributes we've spent, we still have 460 remaining. So we're going to go to tendency, and actually this shot tendency went down 1, so I'll spend a point to get that back up to 100. Then over at shot 3, it can go up to 100, so I'm going to spend the 16 points to get him shooting more threes. Then if we come over here, hard foul and foul, I don't want him fouling at all, and it's actually an even 100 points to cost, which now we can bring down to 0. So now we've got all of that spent. We've still got 343 total points. We're going to go to badges, and we're going to go to outside scoring, and I'm going to start spending some of these badges to get him up to his max potential. Mini Magician, I'm going to spend 100 points to get that badge. Space Creator, I'm going to spend another 100 points to get him that badge. And we've got 143 points left. Green Machine, I know that's a good badge. Spending another 100 points to get him that badge. I'm going to save up my points probably for the rest of the season. I'm going to tabulate what I have left. Then at the end of the season, I'm going to spend the rest of his points from that season onto his badges so we can just continue on. The team is doing a lot better than they did last year. I'll give them that. But I still don't think we're good enough to even have an MVP on our team. And also, he didn't really play as good as Luka Doncic, which right here, 39 points per game, 11.7 and 10.7. We've got to do a lot to beat that. Scoot goes on to win rookie. Nick Smith, 6th man. Evan Mobley, DPOY. And our most improved player is, of course, going to be Derek Johnson. These are his stats for the end of the season. 33.5, 13.5, 9.1, 2.6 steals, and 0.7 blocks on really good 50, 40, 90 splits. So we've got him to win 1 award, but that's not enough. We need him to go on to win the MVP for me to be actually happy with the end of this video. Derek Jackson was this close. He was probably 2nd place in MVP voting. He was All-NBA first team, along with the MVP winner, Luka Doncic. However, I do notice a trend. Despite Luka averaging a lot of points for a lot of seasons, normally after 2 seasons, they take a break from giving calling Luka the MVP. It's like voter fatigue, but in the game of 2K. There's a chance Derek Jackson goes on to win MVP this next season. Derek Jackson also was an all-defensive first teamer, in case you were wondering. And our rookie actually made an all-NBA first, or an all-rookie first team, not all-NBA. Our team actually did make the playoffs, so they will have a little bit of playoff action. We're just going to simulate it, though. We're not really focused on him winning a playoff round or championship, I should say, as we lose in 6 anyway, so we won't get to. The Pelicans are the ones who will knock us out. They're the champion. They're the defending champions, and they're actually going to make the conference championship and not the finals, because the Timberwolves and Anthony Edwards will end up going there. Darius Garland and the Cavs will move on, and the Cavs win in 7 to go on and win the championship. Now we've got a lot of upgrades to do. So after doing the math, we have got 1,116 attribute points to spend after reaching a 99 everything for our guy. So we had 40 badges prior to player progression. Let's see if it goes up at all, and he has 56 badges. That's exactly why I didn't want to touch it, because if I touched it, like I bumped up something to gold that was already going to go up to gold, it might not make that jump to Hall of Fame that I could get now that I kept my points. And he did make the jump up to a 99 overall. So we've got 1,100 attribute points that we can spend towards his badges. So we're going to go through and edit our player. We're going to go to badges. I know you can do this in the quick edit, by the way. I just prefer seeing it like this, like outside scoring. We've got 11 badges that we could throw onto our guy right here. And I think I know a couple that I want to get him. Limitless range, we're going to jump that up 1, 2, and 3 up to Hall of Fame. So that's 300 of our badge point or our attribute points gone already. Deadeye, I'm going to spend another 300 on that. Dimer, our first non-shooting badge upgrade that we're going to do, we're going to take 200 of our points out of our bank balance and put them into that. Next up, floor general. When you're on the court, it upgrades everyone else's attributes with you. So if our guy needs to get assists, we're going to need that right now, because our team isn't the greatest already and we need them to be better. So we're going to spend 200 of our points to get that up to Hall of Fame as well. I'm not sure how good these badges are actually going to do for him. I like the idea of potentially still giving him upgrades. And for his final badge, I don't know why he actually doesn't have this already. We're going to spend 100 points, our last 100 points, leaving us with 16 points remaining. We're going to give him Bronze Giant Slayer, just another badge for him to have. But now he's got 57 badges, and some of his badges have been upgraded. He's a 99 overall, and hopefully voter fatigue steps in. We're just going to go straight to the All-Star break, because there's really not much we have left to upgrade on him. So we made it to the All-Star break. Our team is 39-18, so we've got the record. We've got the team success that you need to have a shot at winning MVP. And if we go to award races, I don't want to jinx it, but right now, number 1 on the board, averaging a 31-point triple-double, Derek Jackson is in first. And to go along with it, he's actually second place in Defensive Player of the Year, just behind Victor Wembanyama. So it looks like right now our badges have helped him increase his level of a player. And we've got 1,788 points left. So if we add that to our 16 remaining points, 1,804. So we've got 18 badge upgrades that we could put on him now. And also, I'm realizing right now we're playing with Paul George. Paul George decided to show up and help the cause. So I'm not sure what badges I should actually go for, but we've got 18 of them, so I don't have to be really, like, too stingy with them. I might just give him every single one he doesn't have equipped. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So those were our 7 badges that he didn't actually have at the time. So that's 700 points just gone like that. And now we've still got 11 badges to spend for our guy. Giant Slayer, I'm going to get that all the way up to Hall of Fame. That's going to cost us another 300 points. Green Machine, I'm going to spend 200 to get that up to Hall of Fame. Space Creator, I'm going to spend another 200 to get that up to Hall of Fame. Volume Shooter, he shoots a lot. Hall of Fame it, 200 points. Leaving us with 200 points remaining. And I'm going to throw it in Unpluckable, get it to Unpluckable Gold. Puts us at 0 total points for him. And looking back at the coach game plan, I'm actually going to make another executive decision for this team. I want him to win MVP. I don't want to be here another year. I don't want him to have to grind out a whole other year of getting badges and upgrades. So we're going to put him in 48 minutes a game and hope that's going to be enough for him to achieve the next level. So we're approaching the end of the season. We're definitely a playoff team. We've got the record to have an MVP on our team, but can we do it? And we can. Derek Jackson goes on to win your MVP, averaging 30, 12, and 10 with 2.3 steals and 1.3 blocks. Of course, he's a part of the 50, 40, 90 club. And did he go on to win DPOY? He didn't. Evan Mobley wins that. He had 2.5 blocks. Can't really take it away from him when he does that. Of course, he's all NBA first team, though, and all defensive first team is a no-brainer for him. And the team was the 2 seed in the West. They're going to have to play the Rockets in the first round. They're going to go on and win that in 4. We're going to see if he can also win a championship in this simulation. And no, he can't. He loses to Ja Morant and the Grizzlies in round number 2, 4-2. We're going to simulate the rest of the playoffs just so you guys can see who it is. It's going to be Shea versus Donovan Mitchell, Cavs versus Thunder. Simulate the round, and the finals will go to the Cavs once again. Darius Garland wins your finals MVP. So Derek Jackson, it only took him 3 years to get it done, but in year number 3, he went on to win MVP over Luka Doncic finally. I thought there was a chance last year, but after seeing Luka's stats last year, there was no hope. So Luka having a down year this year definitely helped him jump into the MVP front-running spot. But that's going to be it for this video. I really enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun doing this one. So if you want to see more stuff like this in the future, please let me know in the comments below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. We're trying to hit 5,000 subs by the end of the year, so that'd be greatly appreciated if you aren't subscribed, if you would sub. And also check out the links down in the description below. You'll find my Twitter and you'll find my Twitch, which I am planning on streaming eventually on my Twitch at some point. So if you follow and stay tuned for that. And I want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching this content for a while now. You guys have helped me a lot, really. You guys have jumped me from 12 subs that one night. I know I talked about it in previous videos, but I went from 12 subs and jumped all the way up to 1,000 in a few days. And now I'm all the way up at 3,600, and it's just nuts to me. It's crazy that this channel all started as one little bet and it's gotten up to here. I just want to say thank you guys for that. You guys have been great, and you guys make me want to do this for a lot longer. But for now, I'll see you guys later. Peace.